The universe is really testing my commitment to this project because do you see this obvious lack of audio? Yes. This is so embarrassing. I said I wanted to learn how to do YouTube, and I think this is a big part of it. Like, things will happen, you still have to do something. But I decided to recreate one of my posters. But you can watch it. I did a design challenge where I designed a poster, one poster every 5 minutes. So it's like 100 minutes of designing. And then someone commented that it would be actually interesting to see a breakdown of how I designed all of those things. So I thought I would do one set for every week of this challenge so that there's at least one day where I'm not completely designing from scratch and I can just talk through my design process a little more in depth. So that was the plan, and I guess we just have to do it again. So I did the coat set, which is the last set, because it's more chill. It's more introductory to layout, and I love typography. So I thought that would be a good place to start. And we are just gonna do it all over again. New file. I'm still like reeling from the fact that I have to do this all over again. To begin, the challenge was making posters every 5 minutes. So at some point for the last set, because I've been designing for an hour or like recording for 2 hours at that point, I decided to just keep the background the same because I just wanted to do all typography stuff and I can do it in different colors. When doing sets of posters, it's all about finding ways to tie things together but also make them different so they all weave together but they still look cohesive as a group. And the funny thing is, since I wanted to do type and I was designing in real time, I thought it would be funny to just do like meta commentary that whatever I'm thinking is what I'm writing in the poster. So for example, for the first one, it was, I don't know what I'm doing. Who said this was a good idea? In reference to the challenge, like who said it was a good idea to, after 6 months of not designing, just go straight and design 20 posters in one sitting. And I've been designing for some years now. I started with Wattpad covers when I was 12, writing fan fiction. And over time, you just develop go-to favorite fonts that you always tend to gravitate towards when, especially when you don't know what you're doing. I think over the course of this challenge, you would see me gravitate towards literally probably the same 5 to 10 fonts. So I just typed it. I think when I initially started this, of course, I would try to have the subtitle be fully the same height as the headline, but it was too long, of course. So the options is to either decrease this, which actually looks good. I don't know why I didn't do that, but instead what I did the last time was to just decrease this. I feel like it communicates better that this is a subheadline rather than this, because this like visual, it has the same visual weight as the last word. So just decreasing how much space it takes up in the layout communicates it better that it's the thing that you read after. It's the subhead. Yes, that is the correct word. Just checking if you need to see the kerning, if you need to adjust some things for kerning. That's it. I really like how the A's kind of do a little slope. It's visually satisfying. Great. That was the first one. The next one, I tend to gravitate like what I've already used and implementing that. And as I was designing, I remember I was like, I am having a stroke because I am so tired and I was designing so much. I really wish that I had more skills to edit, because what makes design challenges funny is that you see someone reacting in real time. They're panicked, but because it was taking me too long to edit, I had screen recording, I had my voice, I had my camera on my face, and I had a stopwatch timer, and I had an audio file. It was a lot to edit as someone doing this for the first time. So it was taking me weeks to finish the video, and ultimately I was like, this is taking too long. So I just did a voiceover, which completely removed my real-time panics, and I was reacting more calmly in the voiceover after the fact, you know? So it didn't capture the tension, the adrenaline from the challenge. But that's why I said I'm having a stroke, because we were really going through it. So we're doing a warp on this effect, warp race. Perfect. Just a little, very subtly lightening it, just to have the word stroke like pop off the page a little better. And then I did another subhead, which is because all my illustrations had a stroke, so I was like, same. Instead of keeping this display typeface, I used the body copy for Ivy Presto, because body copies are optimized for readability, so they would have less flourishes. Whereas display, they are meant to be more attention grabbing, or they are used in big sizes, like big font sizes like billboards and headlines. They can accommodate a more decorative style. And then what I would just do is to group these together, align them at the center, and that's it for our second poster. The third one, I am so stressed. I don't know if I already had the idea, but I just thought I'm so stressed, but I think I've seen it. Blah. I think I've seen it somewhere that I like it in geometric type. You can make your own shapes to replace letters, because geometric typefaces are very geometric. So like the O would be very circular compared to this Ivy Presto. It's very oblong, you know? So that is Poppins. Poppins medium. We're recreating, so let's just guess. Or we can check. It was regular. We are wrong. Buzzer. And this was what color? Like magenta-y, fuchsia-y. Okay. Are we inclined to do a little kerning? Yeah, that feels better. And then let's get a rounded rectangle. Change this color so it's easier to see the difference. And then just going for it. Boom, 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 slay. And that was the third poster. A lot of my design decisions when doing this was just trying to reduce the amount of decisions I was making. So that's why I also just did pop-ins here. I feel like I'm cheating. Still keeping up with the meta commentary over the 100 minutes of me designing. I would feel like I'm cheating. Like, the full statement is, I feel like I'm cheating every time I'm doing something wrong, which aren't we all, honestly? But the full context of that is because this challenge was just made up by me. I made up a lot of arbitrary rules, and I don't know if I'm cheating if I arbitrarily stop following those arbitrary rules, you know? Yes. Yeah, I was thinking like, if I search for the color palette before your 5 minutes, is that cheating? If I decide on the font outside of the 5 minutes, is that cheating? All of those things. I think we did a very dark blue for the fourth one. Yep. And I like the graphical vibe of the third poster, so we're just keeping up with that for this fourth one. And then a subtitle every time I'm doing something wrong. I think I changed the weight as well. Medium, yes. Just because when you scale down something, of course, it's gonna look lighter. So just bumping up the weight a little to make it look visually cohesive is what we're doing. And that's it. She really said, that was like Mario Kart. Right? Yeah. She inhaled the Mario Kart star and just zooming. And then to put it all together, I thought the Poppins and the Ivy Presto would actually pair well together. And I love doing magazine style layouts, which I think the last one is very magazine-esque. So let's just put it all together. Let's copy this. And what a nice way to end it, that you were stressed, you felt like you're cheating, you're having a stroke, but at the end of the day, it's okay because it's all just fun and games. And at the end of the challenge, I was able to say that I designed 20 posters in September, which is when I did that video. And isn't that what is important? Something purple, please. Yes, thank you. Yes. At the end of the day, you get a sense of accomplishment. I'm not gonna type my own copy again, but keeping up with the meta commentary, I was journaling because I had some time under the 5 minutes. So I was journaling as my body copy. These were my real feelings when I was designing. Like, but it's okay because the whole point is to help curb my perfectionism, and who makes the rules anyway? I make the rules. So what is cheating anyway? What did we learn from this video? That Pauline still has people-pleasing tendencies. Oopsie. I'm gonna keep typing because I want to have a huge block of type as a texture for this last poster. Hope you all enjoyed this video. It was very stressful doing this for the first time, but I did feel like this exercise helped me a lot. I got to design funny posters with little overthinking. I'm fairly proud of myself. I will be doing more graphic design content for y'all, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and do all of the things. Isn't that fun? That's your last poster after 2 hours of toiling away and designing what you think the algorithm would like. And you just end up doing what you like, which is so fun. Center this vertically, and that's it. Oh, you know what I did yesterday? Because when I was posting the first two videos, YouTube always asked me for an end screen. So what I did yesterday was to like keep with the vibe of the screen recording and everything. I did this, just typed it within my design area, and I thought it could be fun. We'll see how it goes. And then I can edit it in the end screen to actually put all the thingies. I hope you enjoyed this super messy, super whatever, but we really do be tested for our commitment. And usually I would quit upon the first sign of inconvenience. Yeah. To the 5 people watching my videos, I love y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!